These savings won't wait around. The time is now. Purchase from Samsung.com by the 29th of October. Use voucher code 20 at checkout to redeem. Cannot be used with any other voucher codes.
At B&Q and TradePoint, get 3 for 2 on interior paint, including brands like Farrow and Ball.
And that's all, folks. It's Elegbete TV Radio. Follow us on social media at Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Frank Idemudia Alapa. That's my name. Talking sports is my game, and I am the greatest. I love listening to Elegbete TV Radio. For undiluted, unadulterated, it's probably replicated, but still not yet duplicated. It's sports only on Elegbete TV Radio. I seriously love listening to it.
Hello, everybody. What's up, people? My name is Timmy Dakolo, and you're listening to Elegbete TV Radio. Stay tuned.
All right, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Dafe Matthew. So you love to come in Elegbete on the sports. So first off, let me just clear one thing here. So before you people come at me with knife and dagger and spear. So this goal thing, I don't even know how it works, but YouTube just said we must do it. It's a must. Like you have to do it if you're going live. Set a goal for super chat. Well, it means that the channel is growing anyway. I like it because now they're giving us extra perks and all that. But then it comes to the condition. So before you say anything, let me give you guys up front. Now, my goal is that if we have 20 super chats, and that's why I made it difficult, I will do any task you ask me to do. But let me tell you guys one thing ahead. Please do not ask me to do frog jump. I do not have a complete leg. So my left leg have 2 metal rods, 2 metal plates, and 24 iron screw or metal screw. It means that I can't squat, I can't fold it completely. Don't ask me to do that task. But any other task, I will give it a try. So let's see how it goes. Wherever you are in the world, it's good morning from my end. I know that 3 hours everywhere in the world is midnight somewhere, but it doesn't really matter right now. There's so much to talk about. My name is Dafe Matthew. So you love to come in Elegbete on the sports. This is the Sports Buffet on Elegbete TV Radio. I just hope somebody said that the energy of yesterday was one of the best, and if I can keep it consistent and sustained, it will be nice. I don't know if I can. I don't know. So let me tell you guys one thing about myself. Like my energy is sourced from analyzing. When I'm on the other side and there is a presenter and I'm analyzing, I can sustain that energy for a million days consistently every day. But when you have to be a presenter, sometimes it is the stories, and especially when you don't have another person in the studio, it's the story that galvanizes your ability to pump up that energy. And then the people out there that you're seeing, I like it, the fact that when I started today, we're already at 20 plus people. This is the first time that is happening. So it's kind of like a very real push for me to get that energy going. I like it myself. So it's not even, I don't need anybody to tell me, oh, keep that energy going on. I love it. But one thing I love more is that I'm starting to feel like I used to feel when I make a prediction and I am cocksure. Even if everybody's saying, nah, that's not going to happen. And I'm sure it's going to happen. And I'm just sitting there looking at everybody like, don't worry, I will laugh at you somewhere down the road. Remember when the season started and I told you guys that before my birthday, which is December 26th, Eric Ten Hag will be sacked? Well, they heard me. I begged them to wait for November. Let's just, do the November promo, the Black Friday, the Black Monday, do all those kind of thing where Chelsea gets their own point, Arsenal gets their own, a few other people get their own, and then Man United is sitting in number 20 on the log, and then they say, okay, Mena take care of us, seeing the handwriting is on the wall, get out of here. But no, Ineos and Ineos decided, you know what, this guy's got to go now. We're in 14, and 14 likes, that's what we have right now. The position that Manchester United is saying, please put more likes on this board fast. And then they decided, you know what, let's get this man out of here. And the sad part, one of the things that bother me about coaches is once they get sacked, they just immediately move out of the city. Can't you get sacked and say, you know what, I want to stay in this place. After all, I'm paying rent. The rent has not expired. Why is it that coaches always will just disappear? They'll just enter Eric Ten Hag just dodge, sat at the back of the Mercedes Benz. He was hiding. Why say hiding? Like he was hiding like Umes for boss, like rat to table press. And then he went to the airport. His handlers already booked a private jet, and off he went. And to me, it's just not good. Well, there was so much drama yesterday. Manchester United just set the tone and tried to water down the atomic bomb that was coming next. Because Real Madrid, in their petulant, entitled, stupid behavior, showed that truly and truly the Ballon d'Or award is not on merit. If people vote based on probably pressure, bribery, or whatever. But let's be very honest. 2 months ago, Vinicius Jr. was going to win this award. What changed between that time and now is one of the stories that I can never, ever be able to explain to you guys. Because most times when I try to explain the real inner workings of football to you people who follow me, when I was on radio or now that I'm here, you always look at it like I am throwing up too much complicated conspiracy theories. Like when I told everybody that the Premier League is fixed, they look at me like, are you crazy? The Premier League is fixed. It's not the football. It's a fixed match. Ask yourself, why is it that every other country in the world using VAR are using it smoothly and it's going easily, but when it comes to the Premier League, it is the VAR that is horrible. They are caught watching FPL or trying to explain every week that they are explaining one decision or the other. Like when the match happened, they didn't know it. Somebody else have to come and explain. Another one have to give a counter explanation and all that. This is just drama. The Premier League is not like the best league. It's not a very good league. It is a league that is prescripted. So it's the script that you're watching. Remember when you were growing up, when you thought that wrestling was real, that everything in wrestling was real, that it wasn't pre-planned, and nobody could even convince you that wrestling was real? That's the Premier League you're watching. One day, some people will come out and say, you know what, let us tell the truth. We were always fixing the matches. We were always arranging it. The highest spender wins the league. And then every once in a while, from Blackburn Rovers to Leicester City, we allow one other team that has spent money among the smaller teams to win it and to create that buzz and that drama. But at the end of the day, it's just what it is. It is all fixed matches. Well, I'm just giving you my own conspiracy theory about the Premier League. But then there was Rodri winning the Ballon d'Or. Now, when it comes to award, like I always tell people, I don't really care whether anybody wins the award. Okay? Anybody who is nominated for the Ballon d'Or can win it. Because it comes down to voting. And in voting, there is canvassing. If you don't know, you have to canvass. The only award that you win and you can beat your chest and say, I won this on merit, is when they give you honorary award, lifetime achievement award, those kind of award where they look at the body of work that you've done over time and say, we honor you for doing this. That's fine. But you see all this yearly annual award that they give, it's always about canvassing. And it is the club that can canvass more for their players, and then they block. The funny thing, nominate all of these same players now and put it in the World Award. You will be so shocked that Rodri might not get in the top 3. That's how funny this type of thing is, because this European award now, only the Europeans vote, and they look at themselves and they say, you know what, this Madrid, we don't want to give them. UEFA that call French football and say, you know what, we don't want to give Madrid. Their own is too much. They are the ones that have been trying to do the Super League, right? They are the ones that are doing this. And then this Vinicius Jr. that is talking about racism too much, that is bringing black and white fight. Let's not give him the award. Let's give somebody else. Because again, everywhere you want to bring this argument to, you would win. If you say, okay, Rodri won it because of this, is that not the same reason that Thierry Henry did not win the award some years ago when Shevchenko and Pavel Nedved won the award? Look at it from this angle. Rodri won what? The Premier League, right? And one other title, took him 2 titles in England. He won the Premier League, and which other one small title that is not necessary? He won the Euros. Fantastic. Okay, let's counter that one first. Lautaro Martinez won the Serie A title, won the best player, won the highest goal scorer award, won the Copa America. That already eliminated Rodri. If we're going to be talking about that, that's one part. Let's put that one apart. Let's bring Rodri and measure him equal with someone. Man City were knocked out of the quarterfinals of the UEFA Champions League last season. Well, Carvajal played for Real Madrid. He won the league in Madrid, in Spain. He won the Euros, the same Euros that they are giving to Rodri. Rodri is not the best player in the Euros, like in the Spanish team, whatever I want to say. But I mean, credit to him for winning the best player of the tournament also. But then you look at Carvajal. Carvajal played more significant role than Rodri. But either ways, he won the Euros, he won the Champions League. Man City didn't even get to the finals. Isn't that what they said about Thierry Henry that time? That, he didn't get to the finals in the Champions League. He didn't even win the Champions League. Why would he win it? It doesn't matter whether I gave 25 goals and 20 assists. It didn't matter that time. So where we stand on this? Well, if that one is won, then Vinicius Junior. Again, I have the same argument I have for Vinicius Junior also worked against him. Last season, Vinicius Junior was not Madrid best player. Yeah, he wasn't also the La Liga best player. It was Jude Bellingham. So if Madrid are getting angry and getting pissed and boycotting, this is where they are entitled and petulant. A player that couldn't even win your player of the season, a player that wasn't even your league best player, you want him to win the Ballon d'Or. It's kind of like crazy anyway. But all of those things are part of the drama that football brings. Let's be very honest, like everything in football just go according to plan, according to expectation. Everybody wins the thing. We would struggle to have a talking point. We will struggle to really be able to talk about the things that needed to be talked about, and shows like this and many other podcasts that you have will no longer exist anymore. Well, we will still have podcasts. We'll have podcasts that throw back on past events, like the special delivery that I used to do, or probably we'll do content like the Chronicles of the Legend. But there will be a lot of shows that will be dry because everything had gone as expected. I mean, there's no talking point. No talking point. If Man City, for instance, beat Southampton 5-0, there's no talking point from it. It is Man City killing a fly with a sledgehammer. It's not a big deal. It's expected. So I like the fact that from a media perspective, there is a lot of talking point and there's a whole lot to talk about. But wait a minute, what was Garnacho wearing? What was Garnacho wearing? Was that, I don't know, was that Zlatan Ibrahimovic outfit or Erling Haaland outfit? I don't understand. It's just some funny things anyway about certain players. Cristiano Ronaldo is your role model. Would he ever dress like that? I don't know. But if you have anything to say, anything to talk about, all of the news that have gone on, let's have it. Now, let's come to that point where we need a replacement, or Manchester United need a replacement for Erik ten Hag. Who's the best one? Amorim is the one everybody's talking about. Ruben Amorim. I mean, he's already made up his mind before that he wants to leave Sporting at the end of the season, so there is really no much to argue or to talk about. Just let him go. But is that guy the guy that comes in and starts a new phase? Is that the guy? Because we need to also look at Man United and say, beyond the coach, Erik ten Hag was a poor coach anyway, and my friend Bobby will not agree, but Erik ten Hag was a very, 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 very poor coach. It was a bad coach. Is that the guy that comes in and fix? Is that the guy that comes in and fix Manchester United and set them on the path to where Man United should be? I know that Man United has been a Fujias of commotion in the last 10 plus years, but it's got to come a time where you put a finality to all of the rot, all of the mess and everything, and say, you know what, let's get this ship heading in the right direction. Let's avoid all this iceberg and sink like a Titanic and say, you know what, it is time for us to find our course, rewrite our course, and go where we're going. So that's the question that I'm asking. Is Ruben Amorim, have you seen enough of his work in Sporting to say, you know what, this guy comes in and he gets the job done? And then if you want to have your say on whatever happened with the the Ballon d'Or, you are free to have your say. Beyond that one, if you think that Amorim is the guy, have your say. If you think that Ruud van Nistelrooy should be given a chance, because Manchester United's biggest problem is the fact that they're not scoring. What if a striker comes in as a manager and get them scoring? Well, one striker was once the coach. He was on the wheels. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is his name, and it was neither here nor there. So whatever you think should be done, let's get it done. Let's get it sorted and see how we go. Well, Timothy Dembo never fails to deliver, and is delivered once again, giving us some news for us to do. So let's go there and see. Like I always say, follow him on Instagram and on X or Twitter, as whatever you guys want to call it, is at TMT_Dembo. Dembo spelled DEHIMBO. So let's get the news according to Timothy Dembo, as read by me, and you would hear the voices of the people. My former teammate and captain Imam Mapakabo is top on the list for the news this lovely, wonderful Tuesday morning. The morning after the sacking of Erik ten Hag, morning after Real Madrid arrogantly snubbed the Ballon d'Or. Imagine if the Ballon d'Or says we will not nominate any Madrid player again until they apologize. Just think about that for a minute. Abia Warriors coach Imam Mapakaba shared that he finds the growing trend of ex-international coaching in the Nigerian Premier Football League interesting. In a press interview, he explained how their presence brings a boost to the league's profile. He also praised team's management for trusting these former players with coaching roles, adding that the main goal is to enjoy football as it's meant to be enjoyed worldwide. Imama Amapakabo, a lot of people struggle to pronounce this name anyway.
Elegbete TV Radio, we dare to lead.
Yes, because we need personalities to actually, support the league. It gives the league some bit of impetus. With kind of the coaches now that are coming back in the league. I think at the point in time, most of the coaches first played in the league. But then, with this personnel coming back into the league, I think it's exciting. It sells the league better, when you have coaches of top magnitude coming back to the league. I was out for a while too when I came back. It's exciting, People will get to see their money's worth when they get to play. And I think kudos to the management of teams that are beginning to, because at the point I was thinking that maybe these guys were feeling inferior, they had this complex problem, fairly complex problem, wanting these guys to come and coach. But then, kudos, let's enjoy football. Football is a beautiful game universally, and let's enjoy it in Nigeria too.
Yeah, that was Imama Mapakabo, one of the most fantastic goalkeepers to play in this league. It was great in his day, and I love him. He's a very good friend of mine, not afraid to speak his mind, very intelligent as well. Could be erratic, like me. We're cut off the same cloth. Could be very erratic, crazy, but it's a wonderful guy. If you get to know him, he's one of those guys you want to be on your side because he's loyal to the call. He's got a lovely personality, and is a guy you want to, sit with and be tapping from his wisdom. Okay, and you just sit back and look at things and say to yourself, man, I'm glad I have friends like this, and it helps. Okay, but let's go on to the next person on the line and see what he's got to say after Imama Amapakabo. The sacking of Erik ten Hag is a major talking point, and someone is also chiming in on this one. And it's someone who's played for Manchester United, played for Fulham, and quite a few other clubs. Former Manchester United striker Louis Saha said that while it might not be the best timing for the club's board to let Erik ten Hag go, they were patient and tried their best, He explained that the team needed a fresh start as there wasn't a clear playing style under the Dutchman. So I also supported Ruud van Nistelrooy as a good choice for the role, adding that if he can make quick improvement, he deserves to stay on as the full-time manager. So I shared this thought with Sky Sports. Are you sure he's going to get that time? I'm not sure. Whoa. Oh, somebody is shaking me up. And that's nice. 20 pounds. I need to dance a little bit. Okay, let's hear from Luisa.
No, that's definitely not the best timing, because I think you always wish to have a manager at the start of the season making his transfers and all those let's say tactical, I think, magic. I think it's a difficult one, but yeah, they tried, and I think it hasn't worked. We have seen over the weeks like difficulties in finding any kind of like plan or any kind of identity, people connection. It wasn't working. The talent of players some games has saved the situation in some games, but at the end of it, I think it's totally normal to see this situation. I don't like to see any manager being sacked. That's not something I promote. But the thing is, this club needs something new. That's obvious. And if Ruud is managing to do this in a very quick manner, I think he can even keep this position. I hope for him.
20 pounds, 20 British pounds. I need to change my accent to British accent now. I've been colonized once again. You know me. I need a ball. What please? Enough with me. Enough with me. I'm worried, boy. Let's stay worried. Yes, and the cost of doing this job, if you do football job or you do any kind of job in the eyes of the public, you will make enemies. And somehow, Eric Ten Hag made enemies in Alan Shearer when he told him to shut up and focus on his job. And I remember Alan Shearer also said, "We will see who will have the last laugh." So it's a very, very ironic joke that time. He said, "We will see who will have the last laugh." And who's having the last laugh right now? It's Alan Shearer. Premier League all-time goal scorer, ex-goal scorer, and English football pundit Alan Shearer described Eric Ten Hag sacking as one that was helpful for him. Speaking to the BBC, he said that Ten Hag was put out of his own misery, and considering the position on the table, their bad run in Europe and poor result, it was evident he would be let go. There's nothing to argue about this. This is not a sacking like, oh, why not? They should have been patient. They've been patient enough. Should have sacked him at the end of last season. They did sack him. Should have sacked him at the what's it called, the last international break. Before the international break, they didn't sack him. And then Brentford helped him, because Brentford game was the game that was supposed to make them sack him. But then he won that game. And West Ham, when you lose to West Ham, come on, rubbish. And then that's all she wrote. So let's hear from Alan Shearer.
After so many games, the subject at Man United has been, how long will he last? Is it the right time for him to go? So yeah, he's eventually been put out of his misery, I suppose, because when the results go as they have done for Manchester United, then I guess that's what happens when you're 14th in the league and you haven't won in Europe for so long, and there doesn't seem to be any improvement in the team. Then as a manager, then ultimately what happens?
This is radio like you never heard before. Elegbete TV Radio, the pathfinder for radio.
All right, thank you very much. We're still here. Amazing. Thank you very much for the 20 pounds. Man, that's big. Okay, thank you very much for the 20 pounds. But let's continue. One of the things that I work and I pray daily for this channel is this number. You see this number here? It's very, very important to me. Thank you. 16,701. But like Oliver Twist, I'm always asking for more. Yeah. Everybody spread love. Give me some more. According to Busta Rhymes, I'm always asking for more. I look forward to the day where we will be counting that thing and it's over 100,000. But until then, I really, according to the demands of my account or my channel managers from YouTube, that I should do whatever it takes legally. Underline that word, legally. I'm the one adding it. They didn't say it, but they say do whatever it takes to get at least 20,000 subscribers by the end of the year, before the close of the year. Because that keeps me, some of these extra perks that I get would stay on the channel. If I get to January 1st next year and I'm still below 20,000, I might have to lose them. I might. I'm still appealing that they should take it easy with me. But hey, business is business, strategy is strategy, and it's YouTube strategy. And these things are robots, they are machines. They don't answer to you, they answer to the code that they've been given. So we would see how it goes. But I'm hopeful. I'm very, very hopeful. Tell your friends to tell their friends to tell their enemies as well to subscribe to my channel. I mean, I need it to grow. It's very, very important. But I am a lot more grateful for the people who show up every day on the live to support the channel, to be there, to throw in questions, to throw in comment, to judge with me, banter with me, joke with me, play with me. And most of all, I am very, very grateful that my community is not a toxic one. People don't insult each other. This community have shown strength, resilience, support for each other, and as well supporting strangers that they don't even know. That for me is the greatest achievement, is as far as I'm concerned as a YouTuber. But we keep going and we'll see. Let's jump into basketball and get a basketball icon, a legend, Hall of Famer from the Miami Heat and the U.S. men's national basketball team to talk to us on the show. Thank you very much, Timothy Demo, for doing a great job. Yes, he's married to my crush. Yeah, married to my crush. That's the only beef I have with him, but anything other than that is fine. Yes, NBA legend Dwyane Wade recently called himself a part of Miami Heat's history. Wade, one of the greatest shooting guard in the NBA, played 16 seasons mostly with the Heat. He spent his first 13 years with the team before a brief time with Chicago in 2016 and a stint with Cleveland, then returned to Miami for his final season in 2017-2018, retired in 2019. 2 days ago, the Heat unveiled a statue of Wade outside their arena. Speaking to the media, he reflected on how the Heat have built a winning reputation over the years, adding that today, you can't talk about basketball without mentioning the Miami Heat. It changed from years past. I agree with him on this one completely. If you love Dwyane Wade, say yay. Yay, I love him. Okay, Dwyane Wade, let's hear from you.
Take time. Take time to build the things that the Celtics and Lakers have. It takes winning. You get none of it without winning. And we haven't won at the levels that they've won at. But definitely we've won. And it says a lot about us. As I said 21 years ago, we weren't winners. We weren't considered winners. And now you can't talk about basketball without talking about the Miami Heat in whatever capacity. And it all comes down to what was instilled in us walking in these doors. As I expressed out there, first person I seen was the guy who instilled everything into us, Pat Riley. When I say everybody, he came here and he created a culture. He changed it. And as I told him, you don't always love your leader when you're going through it. But when you're done with it, when you come out on the other side, man, you love him. Because he was hard on you when he needed to be, and he hugged you when he needed to. And so I'm just appreciative to be a part of an organization that have history and understanding that it took so long to create it. I didn't come into history. I'm a part of the history. And I'm a part of building that history. And so this is just the beginning. This organization would be here way longer than me. But my name would be associated with it forever. And so I'm appreciative of that.
And that's all, folks. It's Elegbete TV Radio. Follow us on social media at Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Frank Idemudia Alapa. That's my name. Talking sports is my game. And I am the greatest. I love listening to Elegbete TV Radio. For undiluted, unadulterated, it's probably replicated, but still not yet duplicated. It's sports only on Elegbete TV Radio. I seriously love listening to it.
Hello, everybody. What's up, people? My name is Timmy Dakolo, and you're listening to Elegbete TV Radio. Stay tuned.
Let's get it on. It's happening. Okay. Thank you very much for saying I'm amazing 69 football. 4K. Yes. 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Yeah. In the Nigerian era. That's a very, very, I'm very grateful. I'm appreciative of the love, the support. It's getting me exciting this morning. And I think that if this kind of behavior continue, I don't think my energy will drop. I will be coming to this work. I'll be willing to do this work for 5 hours. So come on. I mean, I did it somewhere else where I was not appreciated every single day for God knows how long. And now seeing people appreciating me for doing what come on. I'm going crazy right now. I could. Oh God, it's kind of like that this morning. All right, let's come back to the talk. So for today, I want to be your analyst. So it's okay for all the stock. I want to go back to being your analyst, and I need everyone to turn up the questions that will make me analyze. I'm trying to get my mojo back, or like, okay, am I the analyst that I used to be, or I'm losing it? Or maybe I'm the one that just thinking out of my head, like maybe I'm not doing it the way I'm supposed to. But I just want to know. I want to try my hands in being an analyst once again. So you are my presenter, I'm your analyst. I don't want to be the presenter to the show. I'm missing the days where I used to analyze, where I used to coming into the studio and I know Tony's going to ask me. Tony's going to try to form my hand with his questions, or is it Jiggy Man, or is Raji, or anybody, and I'm ready, or Murphy Jemba in the evening, or is what's it called? Mighty George, the Rushman. But then I'm ready. I mean, it primes you up. It gets you ready knowing that, okay, they're going to give you some tough questions and you don't have a prescripted information that telling you this is what we're going to ask you. You're just coming in and then pump. They don't even care whether you watch the game or you do not watch the game, but that time you have to read everything anyway. Right? It's different now. But I want to go back to that energy and see how it can do. So my 30 minutes is gone. It's your time now. Let's see how it goes. You know, I don't think about my eye for the money. For the money they give me, like I'm trying to look at the questions. My eyes on, he's gonna give me £20, gonna give me 4K. Well, let's see how it goes. I'm gonna try my best today. I'm gonna try my best and do it as good as you would love it, so that every minute you spend here, every time you spend here is valid. But if you've not subscribed to the channel, please click on the subscribe button and turn on the notification. And then if you've not clicked on the like button, do what to click on the like button as well. Thank you very much for everyone who's sending us super chat this morning. I'm ready. Let's go. P-Man says, I'm not late today. I know how crazy your work schedule is, but we get going, okay? Yes, let me say shout out to my friend Mr. Kuhn, who went all the way from Scotland, from Edinburgh, to go see my sister and my nieces for our birthday on Sunday. Thank you very much for showing love, for supporting the family. I mean, you are such a great friend. You're a brother. God bless you. Right. Oluwaseyi Ademowale says Eric Ten Hag sacked in exclamation mark. Some people they wait for this sack since, but I don't think that a true Chelsea fan is happy that Eric Ten Hag has been sacked. If you're a Chelsea fan, please tell me what's your reaction to this Eric Ten Hag sack. Does it make you happy, or does it make you feel like, oh, we should have been the one to beat them, and after we beat them, they sack him? I know that Arsenal fans are not happy. Demola Abiodun Ibrahim is not happy. Henry Murray is not happy. A lot of people are not happy. I don't know, but I mean, because I made a prediction, I'm happy. I'm okay. It's gonna sack. It's not a good coach anyway. P-Man says UK time change deceived me yesterday. Oluwaseyi Ademowale says he reaches a turn to chop ETH giveaway, then go sack him. Why now? It's crying. Okay. Dobra Emmanuel Vlog. Dobra, that's an Ijaw man, unless I am wrong, but that's an Ijaw name. Dobra, because I have okay, so my stepdad's the family members, like we are like 3 Dobra in that family, so I think it's an Ijaw name. He said it's 4 a.m. Yeah, where are you exactly when you say yeah? Where is yeah? But thank you very much, 4 a.m. and you're still joining us on the show. That's how much you have love for what we do here, and I really do appreciate. Well, Kalajaye Ibrahim Adewale says good morning, boss. Good morning to you and everyone from my humble self in the dark part of the north. Currently, why is it dark? Is it because you guys have no light, or what's the darkness for? Please explain that. Let's get an understanding. Or are you guys doing Mikel Arteta's dark art in the north? Let's know, because I used to think that by this time in the north is daybreak already. I mean, they don't change the time or seasons. Okay, the line where you say anything care, I beg, make them no go say make Percy Papa waka naked. No. There are things that they would ask me to do that I would definitely not do. That's just the truth. But hey, anything, if 20 people rile up, that's the target they said, right? 20 people do super chats today. Anything they ask me to do, I will do it at the end of the show. Don't forget, I'll do it. So far, they don't ask me to naked. All those things that they do in TikTok, waka back, take off your clothes. What sort of rubbish is all that, by the way? Okay. Well, let's move on. Lucky Ogale says, good morning, boss. Good morning to you and the house. Like you called it, ETH bites the dust. For me, Rodri is a deserving winner of the Ballon d'Or. Real Madrid was childish. Ancelotti missed his moment in the limelight. Yes, his employer said, don't go, what he go do? Funny enough, they got a private jet for 50 people to attend this event. To eventually they cancelled. Habiba Adeji said, hooray! They don't sack ETH. Bobby must show face. So Bobby's gone missing for some days now. You know, after giving us fuel and data, it just disappeared. It's been busy anyway. And we've not done, views from the stand for 2 episodes. Oh, I can't wait for the next one. I just can't wait. Well, I think it's the Eric Ten Hag sacking that has been keeping Bobby busy. He's been working. You know, he worked with Ineos. He's the Sir Jim Ratcliffe PA. So they've been talking about it. He's been trying to convince him, man, leave him. Let him be there. Say, my friend, shut up there. You know. So, God, let's keep him. Let's be patient with him. No patient no work here. Okay. But I mean, Habib Ayodeji, I've always wanted Eric Ten Hag sack. When I say sack, like they should sack him immediately. Doesn't even want to hear like the talk of him still being the manager pisses him off. Young man who's always angry. You know, when you start wishing for your club that you support to lose, you know how bad the things have become. Lucky Ogale says, I like the name anyway, Lucky Ogale. Lucky Ogale says he was hiding because of shame. He overplayed his hand, too arrogant. He would have been shown shaggy. Okay, that's Eric Ten Hag. Oluwasegun says, even as at last week, Vini was the clear winner. Some politics has definitely happened behind the scene that turned things around in Rodri's favor. I mean, that's if you believe in conspiracy theory, definitely that's the case. I'm feeling good. I will kidnap some. What's wrong with me? I'm feeling good, Shab. I'm feeling good. I know I'm feeling good. You will know I'm feeling good. If you're in the comment section, you will know I'm feeling good. What's it called? Behind the scene that turned things around in Rodri's favor. I believe that too. I believe you on that one. The Alliance just says, man for the job, don't run, go England. ETA sack has been on the card. He didn't exceed the 10 games into the EPL target I set for him. Maybe Zidane should be convinced that Zidane is not coming. He's definitely not coming. Man United is not an attractive proposition. Let's be very honest. And if you're looking for a job, if you're desperate for a job, Man United. But if you're comfortable where you are and you have some record, some pride to protect, I don't think Man United is really the place you want to go take the job. First off, he doesn't look like a project that you want to build and leave your name there. But I think that the next coach of Man United, and I'm saying this confidently, that the next coach of Man United might just do well. Why am I saying that? When you look at all of the encumbrance that have been holding back every other coach, some of them have been weeded away. Okay, there's still confusion. I mean, there's no perfect project. You are working on the project and hoping that whatever you're doing, the style, the format that you're using will work. I think that a professional football club is like doing YouTube. You keep doing content, you keep doing this one, hoping that, this go blow, and then at some point you now become consistent in one thing. I think that Man United will eventually find their way. I don't think that they will go another 10 years from now before they win a title. I think that Man City will pivot in the next 2 or 3 seasons. They will collapse. If Pep Guardiola leaves, I don't think there's any coach who will come in and match up the standards of Pep Guardiola. And that point, we would not understand that what Pep Guardiola has been doing is not just the fact that there's money, because there's other coaches. Manchester United have been spending money and not winning. So it's not just money, it's the fact that the man coach and he coaches very well, and the way he rotates his players. I mean, if for any other club, if Kevin De Bruyne is not playing, they will struggle. But you see, Kevin De Bruyne is not playing, Rodri is not available because of injury, but the teams still find a way to grind results and win matches both in Europe and in the league. So for me, I don't really think that those people say, Pep Guardiola throw money at problem, use money to buy result. I don't believe in that. And so when he leaves, that thing that it brings in terms of quality coaching, that thing it brings in terms of, because if you look at most of the players that play for Man City, they go to their club and they become the average player that they are. I mean, their country. They go to their national team and you see the average player that they are. They come to the Man City under Pep Guardiola and they become like monsters. They go from regular guy, and my best description is Bruce Banner, Dr. Bruce Banner, to Hawk. You know, when they play for their country, they are Bruce Banner. When they play for Man City under Pep Guardiola, they are Hawk. Now, the flip side of that thing is when Pep Guardiola leaves, it's like that's the whatever the chemical that causes that reaction, that transition from whatever they are to Hawk or Bruce Banner to Hawk will be removed. So it will be Bruce Banner for club, Bruce Banner for country, and the standard will go from here and drop down to here, and then they will start a rebuild again. And all of those time will take maybe transition of more coaches, and then what Man United are going through. But again, it might also be a winning mentality, and who knows? We would see anyway. As Wenger came into Arsenal, and they continued, even better than what Graham had achieved before Bruce Rush came in and turned them to a multi-wanderers. And then look at if nothing is won yet, but look at what Arne Slot is doing with Liverpool. They came from the Genge pressing of Jurgen Klopp, and look at where they are right now. So it is also possible for the continuation to happen. People said that Napoli will take another 10, 20, 30 years before they will find their feet. But that's not exactly what is happening, because look at what Antonio Conte is doing with Napoli. Napoli is still Napoli, but there is a Conte effect. The man who goes everywhere except Spurs, the shitty club, and get result and win and turn things into competitors instead of just being an also run. So they might get a coach like that will come into Man City after Pep Guardiola, and we would see what is happening. I know that every other club fan want to see Pep leave, because once Pep is sitting on that bench at Man City, it is hard for you to even dream that your club would win the title. It is almost impossible. Come on, look at all the injury problems that they've been having. They are the only club who has the injury problem, and they are still standing on top of the league. Man United had an injury problem, they crumble. Arsenal is having an injury problem now. You can see that they can't even win to save their life. And so, many things like that. So, as far as I'm concerned, let's just keep our fingers crossed and see how it goes. But it is football. I think that Man United can, from here, build on. But I don't know who's the coach that's going to come in. The problem, analytically now, the problem with Man United is that they've invested money in a lot of players. A new coach that will come in will tell you, oh, you know what? I want to do away with all these players. From January, I think players like Casemiro will start edging out. If Rashford is not careful, it will be one of those that will be edged out as well. And then the Ugarte, the Martinez of this one. I know the new coach will tell you that Martinez is too short to be a centre back, because when you look at the standard at Man United, you see at Man City, you see how the defenders are 6 feet, 6 feet, 6 feet. Arsenal 6 feet, 6 feet, 6 feet. Liverpool, the same range. You don't want to get a dwarf there, Ake Apopo as your centre back, and you say he's the Argentine butcher. That's not enough. That's not enough reason to keep him. So the money, they need to start printing money again and start, getting inflated signing of players, and we'll see how they go. Joshua Zirkzee it does not fit the bill of a leading striker in the team. Shido Martins now will be asking himself, why did I go to Manchester United? Because this guy is not going to have that time to babysit anybody. The pressure is going to be high. They want you to come perform very fast. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's continue the conversation and see how it goes. P-Man says, rent for UK now monthly, so now just few days remain for a current rent. No need for ETH to stay back. Okay, Olafat says, good morning, boss. I feel people are not coming back to reality. During the Messi Ronaldo era, there were most time they shouldn't have been given, but because of starship and media attention, what's part 2 of that one? Olafat is always doing 1 and 2, and it's not fast about it, so we have to see other people coming. Okay, Olafat continues. Say people, because of attention, people and the media use that has their meat. Write this thing well. Let me not struggle. Media background, but I felt defenders and midfielders should be recognized too. I feel Bellingham, Lautaro, or Carvajal should have been given, not Rodri. Well, I think that Bellingham talk, I wouldn't even support Bellingham to win the award anyway. I don't think he deserves it with the kind of performance he put up at the Euros. That would even be worse. Rodri, you can say, yeah, he deserved to win it. Carvajal deserved to win it. Vini deserved to win it. Lautaro Martinez deserved to win it. But Bellingham, nah. There's going to be too much on that one. But I understand your point, where you're coming from. I also agree with you on that one. Demola Abiodun Ibrahim, one man who's not happy that Eric Ten Hag have been fired. He said, I think Lautaro and Carvajal is ahead of anybody in my opinion, but it is what it is. Kaljai Ibrahim Adewale says, na brother Yinka for Ikorodu, so that suit for Garnacho. Yeah. What brother Yinka do you now? What brother Yinka do you? Demola Abiodi Ibrahim says Ganacho is wearing Palazzo Jiggy Ashake vibes. Okay, no wahala. Olafat says, okay, I think I've read that one. P-Man says he agrees with Olafat. I also agree with him. Shawolo Babajide says, Babala, good morning. Politics won't give you an expected result. What are the standard on which Ballon d'Or was established? The standard has been eroded from my views. I don't think that the standard have eroded. It's just that we have become more involved and more aware. Because back in the day, you wake up in the morning, there's no social media, there's no digital platforms like this. You wake up in the day and you are told on your radio, or you wait to the weekend and you're told on your radio or your TV sports show that somebody have won the Ballon d'Or, and it ends there. It ends there because they don't even go to tell you who voted and how they voted, the block, what's the voting block and all that. So you don't know. Okay? So you are happy that, oh, the season has ended, and you have this idea that the people who are voting are some god, football god, who, when they sit down, they consult the god, and the god say vote for this person, and they vote for that person. But now there's eyeball tests, there's statistics tests, there's SG tests, there's so many tests to say, no, we can bring an argument. And because there's a lot of people who have platform that is not censored and not controlled, not gagged, everybody cannot have an opinion. That's what has changed. It's not the standard for the voting that has changed. Since time immemorial, people on the inside of football have always had arguments why this was all that. The Premier League will be happy to see that in the 30 years of the Premier League we've had now, this is the second Ballon d'Or winner. Michael Owen in 2001. Rodri now, which other player again have won it? Cristiano Ronaldo, 2009 or 2008. So you have 3 in over 30 years of the Premier League. I mean, it's a good thing. It's a good thing to have that. So it depends on the side that you're standing. Some people on this side will say, "Oh, that's good for us. It's good." That's why I said it's a voting block, because in voting block, it's about what favors you, not just necessarily what is good for the award. It is. Let's not forget that football is soft power, right? Football gives you that soft power, that power of access. And if you don't know this, if you come from a winning country, if you're traveling, if you come from a country that normally dominates in sports, football or tennis or athletics or anything, you're traveling across international borders. Forget the color of your passport. Just wear your national team jersey and cross the international border, and you'll see the kind of respect. People still call you, people still see you at the airport when you're traveling and say, "Oh, Okocha, Kanowako, Finidi George, Olisa, Amokachi," because of their exploits in the USA on 2 occasions, at the World Cup and in the Olympics in '96. So when I travel, I don't know about all this. Let me give you a very good example. 1 year ago, I was going to Germany. But when I got my visa from German embassy, it was a 2 weeks or 3 weeks visa. And it was the time that the Super Eagles were in Portimao in Portugal. So I decided, you know what, instead of going with Air France or Lufthansa that goes take me direct to Germany, I have a few days to play with. I now book another ticket, and I flew Lagos to Amsterdam, Schiphol Airport, and then I wanted to see my sister in the Netherlands. But they didn't see, it didn't make sense to them. Like, who is going to Germany and the person is not going, because I did Lagos to Netherlands to Portugal, and Portugal is like off. So I'm going to Germany, I should be going Netherlands to Germany. What am I going to do in Portugal? So there was suspicion. Then I took me off the line, took me back into the room. Now this is what changed everything. Once they start computing my name, and the guy asked me, "What do you do?" I said, "I'm a YouTuber." He said, "What's the name of your YouTube channel?" And I wrote it down. And once he typed it on that screen, we're both seeing it, and all the things that I've done came out, and all these big interviews that I've done, DVD, all of them were just popping up there, and he was just scrolling and looking at them. And then he saw me and Sunday. He said, "Me, Super Eagles camp, Austin Iguavon," and he asked me, "Oh, the World Cup," and he started talking about, Kanowako, Finidi George. He's a fan of Ayers. He grew up like the old Amsterdam Stadium, like 2 blocks away from the stadium, and we just got talking. And when we were done, he was no longer interested in my routing or my travel. He just said, "Are you going back to Nigeria?" I said, "Yes, I'm going back to Nigeria." And And then I told him, okay, if you, I mean, I've traveled. I have a long travel history, so it's also easy for me. Maybe it would have been different if I was a first-time traveler. But I have a very long travel history that is there. And he was like, why you travel? I said, okay, so this is how it really happened. I got my visa. I was supposed to go to Germany. And then the national team is playing in Portugal. And my sister lives in Netherlands. I decided, I've not seen her for like 4 years. I decided, let me come see her and just say hi to my nieces and nephews. And then, get at the next day, head to Portugal. And I said, what are you going to do in Portugal? I said, the Super Eagles of Nigeria are playing in Portugal. And then he went online again and checked, and he saw that, we've already played Saudi Arabia. We're in Portimao. He was the one who called the city for me. Oh, you're in Portugal. So that's at the very end. Why are you guys not in Porto or somewhere? I said, it doesn't matter. That's where we are camped. So we're good. So safe travels, right? And he said, you have a Nigerian jersey in your bag? I said, I don't have one. And I actually have two, but I didn't want to give it. I didn't want to give him. And he said, are you coming back to the Netherlands before you go back to Nigeria? I said, no, I'm going from Germany, Paris, and then I'll go home. He said, if you're coming out, I'm asking to bring one Nigerian jersey for me, get your players to sign it. I said, okay, no problem. We exchanged numbers. And instead of it turning bad, it was good, because I had another friend and he subscribed to my channel. And then he just stopped me and said, okay, the pastors, he gave me the door. Say, Pastor, don't go back to the queue. Just go. Good. So, and we've been chatting since then. He's one of the immigration guys, looking very tall and stern. The Netherlands have some of the tallest people in the world as well. So, it's one of those things. So, when your country is doing well, you have that soft power, you travel across borders, and it just give you edge. And so, it's the same with the Ballon d'Or. When your country or your league or your players, your club players, it helps in contract negotiation, it helps in a whole lot of bonuses and all that. So those are the things that's getting Madrid pissed off, but that's not an excuse anyway. That's not an excuse, to be very honest. That's not an excuse. I don't think I like what they did. The way they behave is childish as far as I'm concerned. Olafa says, I think Amorim is a good coach, not the best man for the job. So who's the best man? Because the problem of Man United is the external forces and the media. Are they willing and ready to give him time like Sporting did? Now let me settle one thing here. How does the media really make Man United play badly? Are you saying that when they are playing badly, the media should be praising them? Or are you saying that when there is a time where they play well, they win matches, and the media is not saying, they did not do well, that win is not a win, it's a loss? Because most time people just trying to blame the media for things that the media have not done. I just want to know your perspective on that one anyway. But he's got a contract. The contract has a time, and he knows that the job is a tough job. It's not an easy job. So if he gets the chance to do it, he's going to go do his job and do it very well. The Olawaju says Amorim will need time to fix up, which is what Man U does not have. That is why I will nominate Zidane because of track record. Ruud van Nistelrooy is not bad, but since he has been in the saddle or the mix already. Enehe Adeize says, I like how Brazilian players have shown support for Vini, award or not. I love that guy and I like his personality. I do love him and I love his personality too. Brazilians, on the other hand, always show support to their own. They have that, comradeship, that support, that love for one another. Bright Oladimeji say, morning guys, morning to you. Olafa say, boss, should we call this beef? Can it be a case of the Super League situation that they decided to snub Real Madrid players? Because Seferin was all smiling yesterday at the event. Was he supposed to cry? Why you really into his smiles? Was he supposed to be crying? I don't like the fact that Real Madrid didn't come. They gave them front row seat and they didn't turn up. Their coach also won manager of the season. I thought the Spanish national team coach manager should have won that. They also won the team of the season, which I think was good for them. But I mean, what they want was a big prize, and Madrid is showing that we're second to nobody. I don't know if I like it. I don't like that, but I'm a bit cocky and arrogant like that too. But I think the way they went about it is what I don't like. Okay, because when they were winning, other people turn up as well to support them. So they should in sportsmanship. But I think that the big guns in sports don't believe in all those sportsmanship rules. The fans and the media that talk about sportsmanship. Some people just want to win. Some people just. If we're not winning, I've seen people celebrate second position, and then some other people say second position is first loser. So it depends on your perspective. Robert Madsen says, Elabata, kindly explain about voting block and politics behind it in detail. So let me explain voting blocks to you, and I'm going to use the word version to explain that. because the Ballon d'Or is a European thing anyway. But when you look at the award, so take it this way, that we have vote block is all the people that are voting, what countries, what FA, what national they are representing. Now, by the time the nomination is done, some clubs go into this pitching and marketing and lobbying of who are the voters and tell them why they should vote for their candidate. Because again, let me tell you why clubs are interested in their players winning this thing. It helps in Real Madrid wins the Champions League, wins the league title, their player wins the Ballon d'Or. There are bonuses attached to almost all the contracts that they sign for sponsorship, whether it's sleeve, shirt, stadium, and all of that. So that bonus is important to them, and it runs into millions. That's also why they can afford to pay the money that they are paying. Having said that, there is that part where when you have the global voting system, it now comes to preferences. Like this is where voting block work. If you have a South American player on the voting block, on the ballot, the entire South Americans, if they rally around him, all the vote from South America will go to that guy. Then North Americans, South Americans and North America are close, so they would also, you have Latinos in North America, Canada, Mexico, US, and the rest. They will also vote for that guy. That's why it was always working for Messi. People say it's FIFA. No, it's not FIFA. FIFA have nothing to do with it. That block, once they vote, now this is what happens to your end. That's why an African will no longer ever win the Ballon d'Or. It go hard. Now, when they now come to Europe, they start dividing themselves. Unless in years where your performance is over the top and the other person is not really there, then you see that kind of switch, okay? Now that we don't have the Messi, Ronaldo anymore, it is anybody's game again. It is, okay, anybody can win it. But this thing that Madrid have done, what Madrid have done is a calculated risk to reignite the block war. And in the next couple of days, I will not be surprised if you hear stories coming out that they did vote for Vinicius because he's not European, because of his skin is black, because of all of that. You know why? Why that is because once they can establish a narrative along that line, the next time you nominate a Vinicius or Kylian Mbappe or Jude Bellingham, who are black players, you will now start saying, okay, African voters vote for that black guy. South American voters vote for that black guy. What's it called? North American voters vote for that black guy. So it become partly beyond football, it become a race battle. A battle between black people and white people. Having said that, the English league teams do not know how to lobby. Until Man City employed Tiki Begiristan, Omar Bereda, and the rest of them, and they brought what they learned from the Spanish La Liga into England and told their owners that, look, in this thing that they lobby you, that they put hand for something, you get how they do them, and not believe playing on the field, you get some things. What would they do behind the scene? What would they grease all these people? And you can see, take for instance the Premier League. Man City lost the title to Liverpool, and the next move was to take a set of referees to the UAE, referees that are earning £1,500. They took them to the UAE, gave them £20,000 each to go and officiate a dead rubber friendly game and establish some kind of relationship, business, behind the same business relationship. Since that time, those referees have never called anything negative against Manchester City. You see that block? That's the way it works. So all of those lobbying also influence decisions and make the voting, get skewed. And now we've not gotten past the Messi, Ronaldo era. There are new sheriffs on the block. So for this early stage, it is early to bed, early to rise kind of situation where everybody is just picking it. Very soon we will establish a standard pattern of maybe Haaland versus Mbappe or this versus this, and we'll see how it goes. But let's keep our fingers crossed and see. But the block is more emotional than on the field result. Like I always say, once you are nominated, at least on the top 5, anybody there deserves to win it, and anybody that gets it, we would say congratulations to them, but then there's always going to be the argument why the other person did not get it, because each of them is on the ballot and they deserve to get it. Then it comes to the top 3. They all deserve to get it, but it is what it is. We will always have this conversation. Thank you once again. Amazing for the £20. The clock is counting down now for my top shot target. I think I like this thing. If it happens every day, I'll be very, very happy. I'll be excited. The live I say hello at the dance, not be here by 20. I say £20 this month. It's easy for a person to ask you 20 pounds. You don't understand the economy. Not only Nigeria, the economy they do. Amazing say Onyevo, I greet you, but the Ballon d'Or award get a Sibisha. I think say Navin is supposed to win now. Yes, that's your emotions, that's your sentiment. Truth be told, anybody who is nominated deserves to win it. That's the way it is, because you are already qualified to win it. It is not left in the hands of the voters. They have what they are saying. I would have put, Ademola Lookman, for instance, in the top 5. What is my reason? When was the last time you saw a player play that well in the finals of a European competition? Scoring a hat-trick. That's enough. And then he went to the AFCON and also scored 3 goals and played very well. Nigeria's best player, as far as I'm concerned, even though they gave true second player of the tournament, but I just think that he was Nigeria's best player. But hey, it is what it is. So some of these things, you just look at it at the sentimental point of view and say, okay, this is how it is. Olafa says, I think Man United saw what as a flick is doing and they regret not appointing him, and now they need to get back to the drawing board. Well, sometimes what you miss is what you will regret. And some other times what you miss is like dodging a bullet. What comes to mind is Mikhailo Modric, the Arsenal did not sign. That's dodging a bullet. But some other times what you miss is what you regret. Akimola Larry says, Ten Hag is gone. Yay. Alafa says, so I have a question, boss. Kulpama, Artem Dobrik, and Vitinha were included in the Ballon d'Or top 30, but Victor Gyökeres and Victor Boniface were not included. Why do you think they were snubbed? The only reason you mentioned Victor Boniface is because he's a Nigerian. If Victor Boniface was not a Nigerian, but let me ask you, did they put a Guirassy in that? Guirassy is the top goal scorer of the German Bundesliga last season. None of you is saying anything. The same Guirassy is not even nominated for the top award in African Footballer of the Year. You guys are not saying anything. You know why? It's not in Nigeria. If a Nigerian scored over 30 goals in the German Bundesliga and is not nominated for the African Footballer of the Year, you guys would raise hell and brimstone. Victor Boniface have no business in that nomination. For Victor Gyökeres, what's the league that he played? When's the last time you see somebody playing in the Portuguese league getting nomination into that? First off, the Portuguese league does not belong to the top 5 best league. Okay, so it means that their coefficient and whatever qualification criteria to put them in, it has to do 2 times what it did to be there. There are players that have done very well in the Portuguese league and they are not noticed. It's not today. Jairo Postiga, Mario Jardel when he was there, quite a few other players, and nobody nominated them. So this is not going to be the first time that is happening. You have to understand that the league you play also play a very big role in why you get nominated and why you don't get nominated. You can't be playing in that league and then you get nominated. It's just the same way with the French league. No, if not for the fact that Paris Saint-Germain have not come to the party, people hardly nominate players from the French league before, because even though they are in the top 5 league, they are at the bottom of the food chain. That's why they call them the Farmers League. So all of those things come to play in that consideration. But to be very honest, Victor Boniface was injured for about 10 to 15 games last season. Yes, he was coming off the bench, but he's not the center of the action. Ask yourself, Florian Wirtz or whatever his name that was scoring goals were going out of fashion for Bayer Leverkusen was not also nominated. So it's not a Victor Boniface. You can't tell me Victor Boniface was the best young player in the German Bundesliga, but it's not up there to be nominated in Ballon d'Or. Ballon d'Or not be Cherry Cambia or not be Bruno Chochocho. It's beyond all of that. Okay, so if they were giving Ballon the name, maybe Ballon the Twitter meme or social media meme, maybe he will win. But getting nominated now, come on, not so. Demola Benny says Amorim is not a bad coach, but will United give him enough time to rebuild? The question is the rebuild. How's the rebuild going to be? Because this man now bought a lot of players that doesn't even look like they are needed, right? Doesn't even look like they are needed, and then we go from here to. Now some of these players we need to do. Who won't buy them? Or let's put them on auction sale. It's a long walk. Doesn't look like they will spend 10 years to get back there, but when you look at the players they have and the way they play, it might take another 10 years for Man United to find their feet. Okay, Aderi Kagumba says, how are you? Eric Ten Hag sacked from Manchester United and Ineos should be appointed as the manager of Man United, according to Ray, all the way from, I've forgotten where it's reaching us from. But yeah, let's keep it going. Kalejai Ibrahim says, Vev card no green work. I don't understand. And now they are stopping all the MasterCard in Nigeria. I don't understand. 69 football say, make I plaster with membership twice. I have met you at Abuja Stadium and Wave Bish. Is it Wave Bish or Wave your banner that you wanted to say? Abiba Yadeji, thank you very much for that one. Abiba Yadeji say, let's go tactical Tuesday. What's the drawback of playing 3 at the back in possession and out of possession? This is my opinion. I would, as a coach, not play 3 at the back. I'd rather load my midfield and bother about 3 at the back. Because I'm a bit arrogant with my coaching style. I think that when I'm training my team, I'm selecting my players, I believe that I have more superiority than you. So playing 3 at the back sometimes give the wing back too much load to be going and coming. And I think that if they don't have the verve in their heart to run it, they might give you excellent 60 to 75 minutes, but the remaining 25 minutes of the game, which is the most crucial time in a football match, they might burn out and you'll struggle. And then the requisite technicalities of players that would have to do that to the way you sign your players will be loopsided. But let's deal with your question. 3 at the back in possession, it depends on how the coach instructs the movement. So if you have a coach who says to players that I need you to make short passes not longer than 5 meters, it's fine. Because everywhere you turn, what is the advantage of football is knowing that when you get the ball, anywhere you turn, there's 1, 2, 3 options for you to give the ball to. So the formation is not really the key. Like we've seen with Manchester United, movement of players is the key. Go back to Pep and Luis Enrique's Barcelona. The reason why those 2 teams were excellent and they were responsible for winning the treble was how they moved and the way players exchanged position. Because of the technical qualities of the players, there were only 4 players who stood in a particular position for 90 minutes. Sergio Busquets at the base of the midfield, the 2 centre-back, Carlos Puyol and Gerard Piqué at the centre position, and then the goalkeeper, whoever it was at the time. Every other player was given the license to move. At least the fullback don't switch position, but they were given the license to move at least into 3 different intricate positions. Take, for instance, the guy who plays at the right fullback can come in sometimes into the defensive midfield position of Sergio Busquets if he had drifted. And then he can also go to the position that is reserved for Messi, but Messi had the right to maraud everywhere. So in formation, or the formation of a team, whether it's 4-3-3, 3 at the back, 5 at the back, whatever you put up, it's the movement. If your players are fluid in their movement, the functionality. Go back to Antonio Conte's Chelsea, where he played 3 at the back. Victor Moses became a fullback and all that. You can see the movement, the speed, and the interchanging of position. It confuses you because as an opposition, you go into the game and say, this is the man that I'm marking. Your teammate tell you, that's your man, you, this is my man. And then half the time, he's not where you expect him to be. And then it's not dragging you because your first job is your laser tracking him. You put a laser on him and you're tracking him, he's moving. Your brain is configured to say, this is how players move on the field. This is the pendulum. Pendulum goes like this. But all of a sudden, you see a pendulum swinging, clockwise and anti-clockwise. You're confused because you not think that this thing has been hacked. So that's what happens with movement. So it's not necessarily the 3 at the back thing, because some people play 3 at the back, they get beaten 6-0. Some people play 3 at the back and they win a title. They go the entire season and not considered. It's about the movement and then how you play in tight spaces. So the technicalities of your players not come in. Tactics is 3 at the back, all the formation, but technicalities and qualities of your players now come to play. How do you play in tight spaces? Do you receive the ball and you panic? Do you get the ball and you run into a brick wall? Or you can watch your way through anybody in front of you, and when you're with the ball, how many people are the options for you? That really is the major tactical conversation in this. It's not when I hear people talk about, oh, she play 4-3-3. Some people, I even hear some sports analysts always say, oh, the coach does not have a plan B. What is a plan B in football? I don't even understand what that is. When, as a matter of fact, any formation you put have the flexibility to morph, from one system to the other as the game goes. Because, take for instance, if you put a Martinelli on the wide side, he will play to the line. That same position, put a Trossard, it will play to the goal. So you can see the flexibility in that already. Okay, one is inverted, one is on the outside, but it depends on how the quality of these players now come and add value to the team in terms of their movement. I would choose if Cesc Fabregas type of midfielder over Odegaard any day, but Arsenal does not have that type because Fabregas will give passes to everybody. Odegaard can do passes to everybody. Odegaard's range of passing is Bukayo Saka, just that area and a little bit into the middle, and that makes a Martinelli suffer, for instance. But hey, it is what it is. So in terms of formation of how you arrange your team, it is the flexibility and the fluidity of the team that matters more than whether three at the back is in position. Because when you talk about out of position, how do we analyze out of position? Out of possession, means that you're not having the ball. But who are we playing? If we're playing against Brighton, the way they play is different from how a City play, or AC Milan will play, or Juventus will play, or Bayern Munich will play, or Real Madrid will play, or Barcelona will play. So we can't really defend you. But the thing about out of the ball, out of possession means that you will have at least 5 people at the back. In worst case scenario, 5 people at the back. There's 3 in the center back, and then the 2 wing back will come in and help you and web a basket. And then you now hope again that maybe your midfield, 2 or 3 are now standing in front of the center back to make it 5 first in the middle, and then another 2 on the wings waiting to receive the ball in case you want to hit the position on counter-attacking. I hope I've been able to probably make a sense out of your question. All of us say Madrid and Barca won the best football in the world, but Barca coach wasn't given the best coach, and no Madrid player was given the best player. Is it that them being fair or chasing clout? I don't understand the question, to be very honest, so it's hard for me to answer. I don't know what you mean by Barcelona and Madrid won the best FC in the world. What is FC? Soyoye Oluwa Funsho says, congratulations to all Man U. I don't greet my Man U friends. Good morning, Elegotawa. Good morning to you. Kalajaye Ibrahim Adewale says, no light for almost. Oh, Jesus. Sorry about that one. No wonder you guys are in that. 69 Football says, from Manchester to Paris, Ten Hag fired. Congrats to Man U fans. Rodri winning the Ballon d'Or. Anyone on the list could have won it. Vote count. Congrats to Rodri. The Olaruwaju says, Rodri winning prize to me. I would have given it to Vinny with my eyes closed. But then again, because it's Madrid, I wouldn't mind not be only them get football. Must they win? Well, thank you very much, 69 Football, for joining the membership team. I appreciate it. Demola Belly says, how can you sack a family man on a Monday? Ineos are not being fair. Them supposed to leave them to season end now. Thank you very much for your being fair. Wish. Delaro, thank you very much for giving us 2K. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I get that one. Thank you very much. Once again. And Precious Ewa says, how does Super Chat function? How can I do it? I think so. There is a $sign under the chat button there. If you follow, you would see how it works. Okay. Henry Morris says, Fizzy, he said the product we grew up knowing the Premier League to be has been watered down massively. Most especially the refereeing aspect. The only thing keeping most of us as a customer is the love for our individual club. I agree with you. Chuks Adigwe, he said, I think that the most deserving of the Ballon d'Or is not even Vinny Jr., but Lautaro Martinez. Madrid should be coming down. Chuks Adigwe went on to say, please, where is Eze Patrick, my guy? He's been a bit busy, very, very busy, and so that's kept him out. Sammy Soul, he said, where did you think ETH lost it? Was it due to his favoritism for Rashford, Bruno, Anthony, etc. How do we send super chat? I just explained that. For Eric Ten Hag, I think that tactically he's not a solid coach. His tactics were not good, and his substitutions are not well done, and his ability to manage games are also not well done. I think that luck also ran against him, because there are times where his team could have beaten the team, blown the team out of the water with 4 or 5 goals. They were just not converting the chances, and he's not. I don't see him when I watch his team play. I don't see him as a convincing manager. He looks almost like a guy who's hanging on to straws, not really. You know, there are coaches who will tell you, guys, you know what to do, you have the skills, go there and do it. So for me, I compartmentalize coaches in 2 compartments. One compartment is a coach who believes that my players are so good and my tactics are so good. That's Arsene Wenger. That's why I don't like him. Okay, I can tell you, go to the field and do your job. After all, we are Manchester United. There are other coaches, the Pep Guardiolas, the Jose Mourinho's, the Arne Slot, the Jurgen Klopp. The first thing they do is that they know every detail of their opposition. Individually, they know how, up to the penalties, up to what they eat, how they react, who you can provoke, and you will pick up they will pick up red card. You know all that. All those information, you break it in usable information to your team, like multivitamins, diets. You give it to them like snacks, and they eat it up, and then they go into the game and they run a play that would give you advantage. And then I think that Eric Ten Hag belonged to those good old Arsene Wenger type of coach, but is a poor version of them. As bad as Arsene Wenger, there was a time when he was very good, doing what he did. It's just that when real opposition started facing him and they understood his game, it did not change. He stuck to that. It didn't take time to notice your position. I mean, you could sign Didier Drogba, and Arsene Wenger will not study Drogba. You just say, we're Arsenal, you just go and play the Arsenal way. And I think that's the same problem with Eric Ten Hag. That's his problem. And you could see in the game, it does not know. It seems like his substitution are predetermined before the match. So it doesn't matter whether the opposition changes a player and tweak. And like the West Ham game, you could see the second half there was a change that made the game switch away from Man United. And the manager, Eric Ten Hag, did not do anything. He just didn't respond. There's no reaction, nothing. It tells you, man, this man has lost it. It's okay, that's for him. Aaron Torrega says the award came home to us. Congratulations to don't forget to be a Man City fan. Demola Benny Brian says, with the way teams are rebuilding now, do you think Arteta will win the league with Arsenal before leaving them? I am doubting it. I had faith in him, and once the transfer window closed and they did not get backup for Odegaard, remember I told you guys when the season was going on that if they can get maybe Mohamed Kudus or Simon Andigra to compete with Bukayo Saka, get somebody in that midfield area. This was before Odegaard got injured, to compete with Odegaard, and then get somebody to play on the left side that will be giving passes to Martinelli, and then get a center forward. And my choice was always Victor Gyökeres from the beginning. After they missed out on Benjamin Sesko, if they got those guys, Arsenal would be in pole position to win the league. Man United are not, Man City are not really firing on all cylinder. Liverpool are still not up there yet, even though they are running well, but they have the chink in their armor. But unfortunately, they decided to fill the back line, which is good, but they just needed that 3 more additional players, and the team would have been good. But now we're banking on Inter Waneri, Skilashi, what's that small boy, Skelly or whatever his name is, and you can see how it's looking like. Okay, where did I stop? Billy Joseph, hi, that too. Billy Joseph Ugochukwu says the award wasn't deserved. Okay now, okay. You're entitled to your opinion. I'm not even going to argue with you. The last one you say Madrid not showing up is good riddance to bad garbage. Madrid is not bad garbage. Madrid is box office. No matter how you look at them, they are box office, and they will always be box office. So box office behave box office way. You cannot write them out. They are who they are, and it's like that. Their luck is not shining now. Make them no worry. Them will compensate them with the UCF very soon. The Larry says, I don't hate them, just that I want awards and trophies being spread across most times, although merit shouldn't be relegated. When you say spread across, you're actually relegating merit, because to me, if one club produces the best player consistently, they should win it. I don't care. If you say it should be spread around, then we will forget about merit, because it means, La Liga don't win, Moko take a goal Germany, from Germany to France, from France to Italy, from Italy to England. It doesn't work like that for me. I think the best team should win it. Bosky Erex says Madrid to Han Echo. I don't know, you're not speaking English. So Oliver Bajide says Baba na ego bruise do Madrid do. Okay, the other one you say at Precious area there is this icon like dollar, that sign that appears near the typing space. Just click on it and follow it through, but you must have added your card details to your Google account before. Christian Anomieze says good morning boss, good morning. Why is Madrid being this arrogant? They deserve to be arrogant. 15 times Champions League winner, best club in the world. Vini was a good for the season under review, but Rodri is a deserved winner. Come to think of it, Martinez should have been above Vini. Why the arrogance? Because they are a good team and they are a big team, so they have the right to be arrogant. All of us say, when I say Madrid or media disturbance, is that there is this set of United legend that creates a standard for Man United. Meanwhile, that system set by Ferguson can't come into play again. This is what they put out. But I don't think you, the fans that are watching this show, put a certain standard for me. I remember putting out a video one time that the audio quality was not good, and I had like 40 comments attacking the audio, just the sound quality, and it was just a small space where the person I was interviewing was always hitting his chest and the microphone there was distorted. There was nothing I could do because the expectation. And then I look at other YouTube channel and I was like, oh, these guys are not even doing what I'm doing, right? But people have accepted it, that that's the way the cameras will be shaking, it's not stable, but nobody cares. The thing is, this is my United standard. You that is coming to take the job already know that this is the standard. This is what you have to hit. This is where you have to meet. The fact that you don't meet it, it's your responsibility. It's not mine as a person in the media that's talking. No. That's your own thing. Do you think that Man City, they don't have standard for them? They have, but Pep Guardiola is exceeding it every day. Antonio Conte at Napoli, you think they don't have standard for him? But it's shocking everybody. Now everybody's screaming up behind him. That's just the way it works. Like I was telling somebody yesterday who was asking me a question about Man United and why is it that ex-Man City fans are not, players are not doing this talk on TV like they are doing with Man United. I say it's because Pep Guardiola is succeeding. When you bring in Man City, they are fanboys. They are in the studio doing fanboys. Media want controversy. So the Man United is not the way. If you look, Man United ex-players are more. You get them to talk, and there is bantering. There is Luis Saha there is Gary Neville, there is Roy Keane. Let Man United go on a winning run again. All these guys, they will change them. They will look for Arsenal players or another club that they are not doing well, but their ex-players will come to the studio because media thrives on controversy. So if there's no controversy to be talked about in your team and your team is always winning, come to the studio and sing songs of praise and worship, heaven is our goal, nobody's going to attend to it. It's as simple as that. That's why nightclub will be more filled than night vigil. It's as simple as that. So you have to understand that standard is that standard, but it's going to always run like that. Precious anyone said the next Ballon d'Or will likely be won by Yamal. Arola Yadeji says, I come to wonder why messages shook. I don't forget, say time don't go back by 1 hour. 9 a.m. Olafat says Sogoresi was included in the African Footballer nomination and Florian Wirtz was in top 15. Thank you very much. Someone Pagine said the club's doing well immediately after the change of coach. It's a team that is statically stable by the old coach. Clubs and Spalletti don't work for Napoli and Liverpool before they hand over. Well, for Napoli, they had two other coaches before Conte, so I don't really agree to that one. If a coach comes in through the door, I've been inside a multiple football club and I'll tell you for free. A coach comes into the door, sometimes all that thing that the old coach have done is thrown to the dustbin, and then this guy comes in. It is the communication, the way the coach talks to the players from the get-go that gets them to buy into his idea or not. It's simple. Ben Constantine said, today, now my birthday, say a prayer for me. May God help you to achieve your dream. May your success not turn you into a problem to society. May you live in good health and strength and have wisdom to fulfill the purpose for which you are created. Happy birthday to you, Mr. Ben Constantine. Just they say happy birthday to you at Ben. God bless your new age. Shonipa Kwayami says, good morning, boss. Good morning to you. I said it here on one of your shows last month that ETH will be first coach to be sacked in the EPL this season. My prediction has come to pass. I am happy for a better run. Shonipa Kwayami says, a better run of form for Man United in the subsequent games of the season. How are you sure that they will have a better run? That's a question. And finally, for the day, we have the farmer, the rice farmer, all the way from Taraba. So Olumabajide says, make we mark our attendance sheet with like button. Thank you very much to everyone who's contributed on our super chat today, from the Olariwaju to 69 football, and amazing. God bless you. I am really, really grateful. Let's do this again tomorrow. It's been the Sports Buffet. Very, very lovely edition. I think I'm super energized. If you've not subscribed to the channel, please do well to subscribe to the channel and keep pushing us forward. God bless you all, and may you find resources when you need them at whatever time of your life, but not for criminal activities or for legal things or things that will make the world a better place. My name once again is Daffy Mathias. You love to come in on sports. I've had fun. I've been treated right by you people. May you also have fun and be treated right by people all around you. God bless you and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.